In my last video, I talked about the idea of using Kalman filters as unconventionally employed by developer Chris Johnson in a number of his Airwindows tools, which are bundled into the Airwindows Consolidated toolkit, which you see an instance of right here, tucked in between these two instances of TDR Nova. So here's what I've done. This plugin is called Wolfbot. It is a Kalman filter plugin. And so here was my basic idea. My basic idea was to create a bus and send all tracks to this bus and, adjust the send levels to taste. But the point of this bus would be a bandpass. Well, I guess you could call it, you could think of it kind of like a saturation stage, a parallel saturation stage. But technically, this is not a saturation plugin, although it does have saturation. But it's a peculiar kind of saturation. It's Kalman filter saturation. And you can read, I'm not going to read through Chris's blurb on it. He's a very good writer. A lot of times I get lost in the technical details of his writing, but he's always very good about dumbing things down for people like me. So I really recommend reading his write-up on it. As a matter of fact, I'll just pause it right here. And then I'll scroll down a bit and I'll pause it there, or you can pause it there. And then I'll scroll down a little bit more. You can pause and read. And then to the end, you can pause and read at your leisure. Okay? But so I've got the bus configured in this series. I've got Nova with a low pass at, what is it? 200 hertz, 12 dB per octave. And then a high pass at 80 hertz, 12 dB per octave. And then Wolfbot. This is just the way I set it up, and I chose those filters. Sort of didn't overthink it, just played it by ear. That seemed to me to be a sweet spot at the time, and the effect is quite striking. The steepness of the filters does make a big difference. You get your filters in place and start sweeping them and tweaking them, and you'll be surprised at how much sensitivity you have at your fingertips with this setup. But the idea is to isolate the effect to the low mids, where that weight and that warmth primarily reside. And if you try to do this with EQ, you just get mud and boxiness, and this just doesn't work. What I'm trying to do is I've come to call it like the juice through iron sound. It's an attempt to emulate. If you read Chris's blurb, it came from his attempt to emulate a DI box with a transformer in it. And so it is consolidated under the amp sims category, curiously enough. Right? So let me just quickly, I'll just click out of these now and pull up my console view for you. Here's my Wolfbot bus over here. And so you can see I've got the send levels set to taste. Wolfbot, 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 Wolfbot. And so the bus starts with console 8 sub in. And the low pass. And then the high pass. Wolfbot, console 8 sub out. Okay, so console routing is in place. Everything is good to go. I will just hit play, and then I will A/B it by just toggling the mute button on the Wolfbot bus. And hopefully, if there's any crackling during playback, it's just because I'm working on an 8-year-old laptop. It's an MSI gaming laptop, but it's showing its age. And I've got OBS running. So any snap, crackle, or pop you hear is not inherent in the mix. It's just my CPU struggling to keep up. But I just did a restart. And I don't have anything else running except OBS. And also Discord in the background. But hopefully we'll get clean playback. And yeah, please have a listen to this A/B. Is it the same? Like when I go back and I listen to The Legend of Jesse James, I always go back and listen to Six Gun Shooting with Johnny Cash. And it's just, I doubt I'll ever actually achieve that. I mean, I've got to be realistic here. But is this a step in the right direction? I believe it is. I like it much better with this Wolfbot bus than without it. It was really, really bothering me, no end. And I feel much better about it already. And I just started to experiment with this, right? So this is my first attempt. Please let me know what you think about this in the comments. And with that said, away we go. Let me get this out of the way so I can hit play. And I'm going to mute my mic while we do this. Okay.
The SSB recruited me to dispatch and ride the secret line. Washington to Richmond, hidden by friends in old gold mines. I didn't know I'd meet a gal that cut her hair, wearing gray, fighting a war, riding her mare. She followed me into the fray of the spy game. We married in a war-torn evening rain. We rose from the ashes, carrying letters we held. Our mission was clear in the wilderness where we dwelled. We'd ride all day, sometimes through the night, making love when we rested by campfire light. It wasn't supposed to end this way. I went to your family with your blood-soaked babe, married you and retired her that day.
Okay, so that's how it's sounding so far. I haven't. It could probably benefit from a little bit of high pass in the mids. I'm sorry, high pass in the side image, in the mid sides, in the sides. Just sort of the bass end might be a little bit cluttered with the side image, but I think it's definitely adding some body, some weight, some warmth, and that's my first attempt with it. After this, I'm going to be looking into adding another bus and experimenting with ways to. Wolfbot seems to me to be a good candidate for adding this weight and warmth to the low mids specifically. But I'm also going to be looking into ways to smooth the high mids and trebles and airs in a way that will get the signal to more closely approximate that 70s vinyl sound. Is one reason why I call the channel Vinyl Bear. So the bear part goes a long way back into my personal lore, but the vinyl part has to do with this quest of mine. So anyway, this has gone on long enough. Thank you for watching and listening, and please do let me know what you think of this little experiment in the comments. If you'd be so kind as to do that, I appreciate it. And that's it. Vinyl Bear from lovely scenic Paji City, South Korea. Over and out.